Hey guys, back with another video. This one, kind of a talking video again. Gonna be talking about some magic theory, specifically about natural versus unnatural. Because I know that's a lot of thing. I know that's something that a lot of magicians strive for. Lots of magicians try to be natural with their movements and try to hide it. So, a double lift like that, rather than being super weird with it and stuff and doing it like this way or something. That's stupid. I understand why they think that, is they're trying to hide it. I think part of that has to do with the association of gambling. So people do specific moves in like poker games and stuff, and magic's closely associated with gambling. And if you're trying to cheat in gambling, you have to make it look the same. I agree with that to an extent. Whichever way you do it, make it look the same. If I'm going to turn over one card this weird way like this, then I can turn over two the same way. If I'm going to turn over two this weird way like this, I can't turn over one just like this. You just have to keep it consistent. And I also think the natural versus unnatural thing changes. If I go to a different country, like we shuffle cards in America like this. In India, they shuffle like this. It's called the Hindu shuffle. We would see that as unnatural in America, where in India, they'd see the way we do it as unnatural. It's just a cultural thing. Rather than thinking about unnatural versus natural, I think we should think of novel versus banal. Of what's moving or what's not, or what's relevant and what's not type of thing. So when I do a coin manage, like a French drop, this hand stays novel. It's moving. This hand is moving, but it's moving away out of perception. So it's using synchronized coupling, so I'm doing two things at once and keeping my hands kind of like they're tied together. But because this hand's the focus, this is novel, and the other hand's banal. I can drop this hand and leave it here, and it doesn't move. People forget about it. If I leave my hand in one spot for too long and it hasn't moved for 30 minutes, it becomes novel again. People are like, wait a second, his hand hasn't moved in 30 minutes. But if I just kind of reach over my one hand over the other hand, you kind of forget about the one. As long as, again, you have justification and reasoning for it and stuff. There's a lot more I can go into this. A lot of the talking points I'm probably going to forget that I want to say, but this is used so practically in so many different performances and stuff. Danny D'Artiste is a great example of this, of guiding perception where you want it to and focusing on the things that are novel and ignoring the other things and stuff like that. Another example too of this would be like for the diagonal palm shift. So the card goes in, and as I'm bringing the deck forward, this hand kind of gets forgotten. You're focusing on the deck, it's coming forward towards you. And then this is the hand that has the card. That's another kind of example of it. So rather than focusing on, oh, I need to make all my moves look natural, rather than focusing on that, just as long as they look the same. Magicians might complain, like, oh, you're doing this weird, you have to do it this specific way. As long as your spectators don't complain, you're fine. And then rather than that, focusing on the novel versus banal, and the focusing of perspective of where you want it to go and which things you want to basically be invisible. Kind of the subliminal versus superliminal. So like the subliminal, it's happening, they don't realize it. Where superliminal is, they're aware of it, but they're not conscious aware of it. But if you give them a key, like, hey, remember he did that? They'll be like, oh yeah. So like if I'm hiding a coin and I adjust my glasses or whatever, I'm showing my hand empty. I'm not going to tell you, hey, look, my hand is empty. That's suspicious. And no one's going to realize that. They're going to consciously be aware that you did that, but they're not going to remember it. And if you afterwards, oh, he adjusted his glasses, they'll be like, oh yeah. So that's kind of like the superliminal. And yeah, definitely a lot of stuff on this. If you guys want a good source for magic theory and stuff, highly recommend reading the Encyclopedia of Magic. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. But super dope book. I'm still going through it. It's basically a textbook on magic. Super interesting stuff, and they have all the stuff they have is like scientifically proven. Even if you're not a magician, highly recommend. Yeah, I think that's about it. It was gonna be a longer video, but I forgot 90% of the talking points I was gonna do. But oh well. Anyways, comment down below what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and see you next time.